What's going on, Aries? This is going to be your reading for December 1st through the 15th. And this is kind of late, definitely, Aries. I'm coming at you a couple of days later only because I was having technical difficulties with my internet. And everybody was late for the most part this month. But we're still going to get into the energies. We're going to get into the reading. Starting off with your present energies right here, like we always do it. And then after that, we're going to get into your future energies and see what's happening going into the middle of the month all the way to the end of December. But this is just a mid-month reading, so we're pretty much just talking about your present energies. First off, also this is going to be a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate with you, then you can catch me on one of my other videos. Maybe that will match you a little bit better. If it does resonate with you, then do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things that let me know that you're watching, and it's a match to your energies. So let's get right into the reading. Starting off at the crowning of your reading, Aries, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is representing somebody who is living their best life. At the end of the day, like, it gets no better than this. This is somebody who is self-sufficient within themselves. They really don't need anything from anybody when it comes down to finances, when it comes down to their stability in life, when it comes down to them handling their business. They can handle it all on their own. And this is pretty much like that single card, the bachelor or the bachelorette, the person that kind of, is holding everything down on their own. And not only are they doing that, but they're enjoying it at the same time. Usually the energies of the Nine of Pentacles represent that person that is whole. They're single, but they're whole. So this could be the energy that you're taking on coming into the month of December, Aries, which makes sense, because Aries is a pretty strong sign when it comes down to them being independent. You guys are a pretty independent sign and not codependent for the most part on anybody. For the most part, all the Aries that I know, they are very independent. They go out and do things on their own. They carve out, their own path. They pioneer, things, and they're usually the first to do things, which is why Aries is the first house, the first sign of the zodiac, So that makes sense for you guys having and taking on that energy of the Nine of Pentacles, flourishing within your own energy and inside of your own independence. And that's a good way to start off the month of December. Let's see what the other cards are saying. Right below that, we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords represents this could be an energy that's coming your way quickly. Either you're charging into something very quickly or somebody is charging into you very fast. The Knight of Swords is one of the quickest moving knights. If you can see the horse, like, it's somebody trying to catch something before it's too late. So Aries, since this is a court card, this could have to do with someone that is charging your way, or only because it's right in the middle of your present energies, it could be the energy that you're taking on. Also, you could be charging forward to someone or some type of goal or something, and doing it very quickly, very hasty decisions that you're making, and doing it fast. If this is somebody that's coming towards you, it could be an air sign, because the Knight of Swords is an air sign. If it's not an air sign, then it could just be somebody who is moving very fast and moving quick into your life, and they want to make an offer to you very swiftly. As fast as the wind is how the Knight of Swords is moving. Right below that, though, we have the Ace of Wands. So this is the fiery new beginning that's coming your way. This could be coming in from the universe. This could be that offer that I was talking about, this person coming in very quickly and very fast. They could also be bringing some passion with them. The Ace of Wands represents that new beginning or new start that is passionate. You beginning something new and having the passion to back it up, the fire to back it up. Since you guys are Aries, you are fiery in nature. So this could be some new fire that's kind of being lit up under you, or someone could be bringing that into you, or you could be bringing it into somebody else, since it is a general reading. But either way it goes, it's some type of passion that's happening. And because it's an ace, that means it's a big deal. This is not like the Page of Wands or something like that, or the Knight of Wands. This is the Ace of Wands. It's kind of like the top of passion as far as it can go. You understand? Like as lit as it can be. This is what's happening with you. And it could just be something, a new beginning that you're having at work, or a new beginning you're having inside of a project, or a new path you're embarking on, or something that you have your eyes set on, and you're kind of passionate about it, and you want to kind of get it done, which is probably why you're taking on that quickly moving energy, that Knight of Swords energy, where you're coming in as fast as you can, like not even waiting for anything, not slowing down your speed. The Knight of Swords is moving. That horse is moving. So this is probably the energy you're taking on, only because you have that Ace of Wands inside of your energy. And this is kind of like that universal fire that's coming behind you. So you're tapping all the way into that fiery nature that you have. And you could be connecting with someone on that level. Right next to the Knight of Swords, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant card represents spiritual traditions or conventional wisdom. It represents stable foundations or organization. It could also represent the connection between, the divine and us mortal beings, the middleman that kind of is the messenger of the divine. So with the Knight of Swords being right next to it, and you rushing towards that, it could also represent marriage, because the Hierophant is kind of looked at as the Pope or the priest, the person that would marry somebody. So this could be what you have your eyes set on, kind of like moving towards, those traditional things about life when it comes down to settling down, especially because you have this Knight of Pentacles energy. And usually when you, not Knight of Pentacles, what I'm talking about, the Nine of Pentacles. So usually when you take on this Nine of Pentacles energy, and you're feeling like you're a bachelor or bachelorette, and you're single but whole at the same time, and you've experienced everything you could by yourself, you usually want to rush, not in such a hurry, but you kind of see this in the future. So this could be what's happening with you, only because you have mastered the art of being independent and being on your own and making things happen within your own sphere of influence. And now maybe you could be wanting to rush head forward into that other side of life that has to do with settling down, with sharing your life with somebody else, with starting a family, with having a marriage, with having a bond with somebody, building, that could be happening with you, Aries. And it makes sense, because this Knight of Swords is rushing to something very quickly. Plus you have this Ace of Wands right up under there, which represents some type of passion. So you could be rushing towards someone, or somebody could be rushing towards you. Or you could just be rushing towards the next phase of life that has to do with you settling into those conventional things that we all do. Even if you're a type of person that doesn't like conventional things or traditions or rituals, we all somehow still find ourselves kind of going down those paths at certain parts of our life. Especially, I believe, the more mature and older you get, you don't want to kind of just be out here just doing things on your own all the time, or you don't want to be out here just willy-nilly. Sometimes traditional things and festivities and rituals or traditions are healthy, like Christmas. Like, it's pretty fun to celebrate Christmas every year, even if you don't believe in everything that Christmas represents. Like, let's say if you're an atheist and you don't believe in Jesus, or you don't believe in anything that the Bible says, and you see everybody kind of saying that Christmas is about the birth of Jesus, you still can see the good things that come along with Christmas, even though you don't celebrate, let's say, the religious side of it. Like, you can see the gifts that are being given, the Christmas trees, the eggnog, the good food that people cook, the gathering of the family, the snow outside if you're in a cold area, the Christmas music. You can still see the good things inside of traditions. And this is what I feel like you could be kind of taking on this month, Aries, or running towards to, or rushing into just that phase of life. Other of you guys could just be rushing towards marriage. For real, it's just like that. Right behind that, though, we have the Two of Swords. So I think before you got into this motion, Aries, before you started speeding into this direction, maybe you could have been stuck a little bit. You could have been stuck inside of your mind when it came down to making a decision. And this could have just been the decision of whether I stay single and enjoy my life as a single person that's whole, or do I look for that person that I kind of want to have a marriage with, that I want to have a bond with, that I want to build something traditional with. Maybe before you started rushing towards that direction, you could have been, trying to figure out, should I or should I not? You understand? Because the things that come along with this type of connection with someone, and that usually is some passion. And usually when we tap into those deep, fiery passions, we kind of can lose control. And I know Aries is kind of a sign that kind of likes to have a certain level of control, especially when it comes down to over themselves, controlling their passions, controlling what they pursue and how other people affect them and things like that. So maybe this is why you could have been stuck early on, or let's say in the past, or just recently, trying to make a decision whether I want to speed towards, this marriage with somebody, or, traditional relationship with someone, or do I just want to keep it pimping and stay single, and enjoy my time to myself and the time that I have to flourish and to build my own empire. So maybe that's a decision that you could be making in the month of December, Aries, and that does make sense. Let's go into your future energies, though. So for the future energies, we have the Death card. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and then we have the Magician. So first of all, the Death card represents a transformation that's happening, something that is dying, something that is ending, and then at the same time, something that is beginning and being born. So it's that transformation that happens, that metamorphosis that happens within us, without us, in life itself. Certain cycles die and then new cycles are born. Certain ideas die off and then new ideas are born. And so this is kind of like that circle of life that's happening with you. And this could be pertaining to the way you view, like I was talking about earlier, those traditions, those conventional things that you see everybody doing, everybody settling into a family and having kids and being married and things like that. And maybe for you, this could be that time when your singleness is ending and now you're shifting into a new phase, having that transformation into a new person, to where you're going towards those traditional, conventional relationships, just so you can, have another side of life, another taste of life. From being single to having a family and caring for people and building something and having a legacy and kids to carry on your name and, a mate to share your life with. This could be the change that's happening. And inside of that, I believe you are gaining victory. Definitely with this Six of Wands card, it represents victory. It represents recognition. It represents you being or garnering attention, maybe because you're making this transformation, you're making this change into this next phase of life. You're seeing some victory inside of it. You're seeing some wins. just because you could just be changing your mindset, and the universe is kind of like rewarding you for that in a certain type of way. Right below that, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is usually representing somebody who is kind of tired of waiting on something. Represents somebody who is kind of like trying to build something, has been trying to build something new inside of their life, but it hasn't bloomed yet. It hasn't I can't talk, sorry. But it hasn't come into fruition yet, or manifested into reality yet. And so you could just be still waiting on something when it comes down to the realm of that new phase that I was talking about. And maybe because it's so brand new to you, you don't see the true fruits of your labor in that yet. And so you're having to be patient a little bit and wait a little bit, because the transformation is just now occurring. Inside of that, this new phase that you're going to be in, you're going to have victory in it, definitely, but it's probably a victory that you have to wait on or be patient about. In the month of December, going into the middle or the end of the month, you just could have to be patient, maybe until next year or something like that. Right below that, though, we have the Magician card. So the Magician card represents your ability to create anything that you want in your reality. The Magician has everything that he needs to create his reality. This is kind of like the alchemist, the scientist. You have everything at your disposal. You have your passions, your emotions, you have your logic and your analytical mind. You have your ability to be grounded, and your material wealth that you can use to do anything that you need inside of life. So the Magician takes on that energy of being a co-creator with the universe. As above, so below. If you can look, he has one hand up to the sky and one to the ground, talking about that link and that connection to the universe. And being able to dream something up, up in the ether, imagine it, have a vision for it, and then ground it and bring it into reality. And so that's what you're working on, I believe, with this new phase of life that you're transforming into, Aries. And it's like a new creation that you're having to make, because I believe this is almost like a graduation for you guys from out of that single life, living your best life, enjoying it, having fun for sure. But now you want to move on, and you kind of want to build something that is going to be like a legacy, and that has to do with family, with marriage, with all those things that are conventional, that everybody sooner or later settles down into in some type of way, and so you guys could start to begin to work on that part of your life, which makes sense. So Aries, that's kind of short and sweet for you guys. That's what I'm feeling right now for these energies with you. So I'm going to leave it right there. Definitely, if this resonated with you, then give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe also. You can comment, and you can share if you want to. And I'm going to be back on the mid-month for you guys to do another reading right before the holidays kick in and Christmas hits, and all the other holidays that we celebrate around this time. If you don't see me by the end of the month, though, then happy holidays. I'll check in with you guys next year also. So happy new year. Goodness, the whole year passed by pretty fast, Aries, for sure. But Aries, I messaged you guys. Sorry about this reading being kind of late for you. If you made it to the end of this reading, just know that I'm going to put you in the beginning when it comes down to the next readings that I do, because I was so late with your reading. Also, want to apologize if my energy was kind of low in this reading. I'm definitely trying to get the readings done because I got so behind with my internet being down, so I'm kind of pushing it a little bit. So I'm not the highest of energies for this reading for you guys, but hopefully the message still made it out to you. And yeah, this is Chris Anthony signing off. See you later.